What are we talking about? Moonlight. Talking about moonlight. 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 Talking about moonlight.
Moonlight.
That was beautiful.
Toastface Podcast.
Toastface.
Toastface
We're gonna
Podcast.
pod some cast.
Toastface
We're gonna
Podcast.
toast some face.
Toastface
We're
Podcast.
gonna pod some cast. Welcome to the Toastface Podcast. My name is Topher Owen,
Monica Owen.
and together we are Toastface, and this is our top 50 movie list, where we talk about the top 50 gotta-see movies for each of us.
For ourselves.
For us. And aren't you lucky to be listening to it?
You are.
Yeah, you are. This podcast is inspired by Craigslist, which is an excellent podcast created by Craig and Carla Kakowski. Go and check that one out. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you about Moonlight today, and we're going to talk to you about it as if you've seen it. So there will be spoilers.
We also talk about pretty much every other movie as if you've seen it.
Yes.
And spoil those as well. That's just our thing.
We expect you to have the same frame of reference that we do.
Sure.
Okay. So this was my number, whatever it was.
45?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're getting into the mid-40s here.
Because I'm ahead of you. Like, yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so 45.
Okay. And this was mine, and I picked it. And this was a movie that I was afraid to mention to you, because I know that the first time that we watched this together around Academy Award season, you watched it with me and went, I'm never watching that movie again. So
Yes, I don't doubt that. And there are a handful of good movies that I have seen and don't ever want to see again. It doesn't mean that I hated them. It just means it was a lot.
sure. Yeah. I just don't want to bring up anything that's going to be a negative experience for you. You know, I want to have fun with the game.
I'm going to have fun with the game.
Okay.
The game is our favorite, gotta see, according to you, movies.
Well, if you can come up with a different name, I'm game to come up
No,
with
it
a
just
different
makes
name.
me giggle.
I don't know what else to call it.
It's just a very un-you phrase.
Yeah.
And the way you say it is very un-you. So it's funny to me.
It does feel awkward in my mouth.
Yeah, it makes me giggle.
So I picked this one because this is just a delightful little movie. It's
Is it delightful?
it really, really is. It really is.
Tell me in what ways this movie is delightful.
Well, Monica, since you asked, the movie is delightful in terms of how it looks. It is it looks beautiful and dirty and real and interesting, and the actors, all of them, are top notch. It is just an amazing performance from all of the actors involved, and the character of Chiron is played by 3 different actors throughout the course of his life, and those actors don't really look like each other, but you don't for a second think that they aren't the same person. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
To me, that was the same person in each segment of the movie. And Mahershala Ali is the name of the guy who won Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of that guy. Shit.
Juan.
Juan?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Juan. Yeah, good call. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he won Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Juan, and he was just great. And that character was so non-two-dimensional. It was great. He was a drug dealer, but he was also a super loving, caring father figure and a super loving, caring boyfriend. I guess they weren't really married, were they?
I don't know that we know.
Yeah.
I don't know that it addressed it.
I don't know that it
But
matters.
It didn't feel like they were, but yeah, it was irrelevant.
He was loving to his partner. He was loving to the person that he kind of adopted as a son, Chiron. Man, and then and then going and telling his mom, Juan telling his Chiron's mom to stop smoking crack after he sold her the crack.
Yeah.
Whew. It's just lovely. And then at the end, this is a guy who is so, he's been so abused all of his life and so conflicted about who he is, that at the end he's able to come out, he's able to share this moment with this man that he loves, and say, I've never touched anybody like that before. I've never been touched by that by anybody before. And then they're able to share their lives with each other there. And to me, it ends on a wonderfully hopeful note, where the two of them are probably together in however capacity they both have the means to be with each other at the end. I just thought it was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Now that was my take on it, but you think it's not so delightful, right?
Well, I'm in subject matter alone, I don't find the subject matter delightful. I did think it was a beautiful movie. Of course, I feel all the actors did fantastic jobs in telling the story. But it's just a heavy, heavy movie. And I guess I didn't feel that hopeful feeling at the end that you're describing.
You've mentioned that before.
I felt like they were still locked up and not able to really be honest and truthful. And
what makes you feel that way?
I don't know. It's just the feeling I got at the end.
Because I just feel so much the opposite way. I'm wondering how we can get to such differing opinions about the end of a movie.
Because we're two different humans.
Right. But...
and it's interesting because I was going to say who view the world differently. And of the two of us, I would say pretty much without a doubt, I am the way more positive of the two. But for you to come out of that movie feeling like there was a hopeful, and for me to come out feeling negative was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You can get pretty dark sometimes too.
Well, of course I can.
Like if something...
I'm saying in general.
I feel like if something hits you in a dark place, then you'll continue to take it in a dark way. And I'm wondering if there was something in the beginning that was not okay to you, and you were like, "Fuck this shit." You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't that.
Okay.
I do know what you're saying, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, I love the kid is conflicted, obviously, through most of his life. But that moment where he's got bullies at school, and then the bullies make this guy that he's got feelings for beat him up, and he doesn't rat out the guy that he's got feelings for, and he doesn't rat out the bullies, but he stomps back into school, picks up a fucking chair, and breaks it over that guy's head, like
not his friend, but the guy that made him do
the
it.
Bully.
Yeah.
Oh. That was a
good feeling.
That was a cathartic moment right there.
Yeah, there's some people I wouldn't mind smashing with a chair.
Yeah,
I have that place inside of me.
I'm not gonna give anybody else the joy of taking you away to jail, where you're just gonna do the same thing to people in jail. I'm gonna fucking kill you with a chair. And I don't think he killed him, but
no, he didn't kill him. But
God
felt
damn
really
it!
Good.
That felt good.
And there were serious consequences for that action. It wasn't like a typical. What's the word I'm looking for? Not revenge movie, but vindication movie, where they go and they do that thing, and then there's no consequences, no negative consequences.
Yeah.
And in this movie, I think he goes to juvie and he gets kicked out of school. They have to move.
Yeah.
Like, it was a huge deal. And he's a kid who'd been taking it for all the way up
Forever.
to his junior year of high school.
Yeah. And
snapped once.
Yeah.
And he got all the consequences.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how I feel era day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that
I haven't even snapped yet.
I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I like this movie, is because I feel like the main character kind of gets trashed and trashed and trashed and trashed and trashed, and then it feels like there's no way for him to end up in a good place, but he does. He ends up in the place of the man that he loves, and they're caring for each other, and
you're so cute right now.
And that's the best thing. That's the best thing. That's the only thing he's ever wanted.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess I just didn't feel like that's where it was going to go. That was where it was going to lead at the end of the movie, like after the movie.
Maybe. I got the feeling that it was going to
I know.
continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
That's okay.
It's just
well,
beautiful.
you've answered already kind of why it's a movie you can watch over and over. I don't know, have you seen it more than twice?
No, but I would watch this shit forever.
Yeah. But you kind of answered that question already with what made it delightful. Do you have a favorite scene? Is it the chair scene?
Well, that sure is a favorite of mine. I have several favorite scenes. I fucking love this teaching Little to swim.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I had a friend named Antoine, and Antoine was the first person. Antoine is black, and Antoine is the first person who told me that there is a stereotype that black people can't swim.
Which I had never heard before.
I had never heard that before.
Until you told me that.
Until he told me that.
Until you told me that story about yeah.
Yeah. Which was just crazy because I've been swimming with my black friends all my life, and then for Antoine in my mid-20s, early 30s to say there's a stereotype that black people can't swim. It's like in my world, I'm like, that's so dumb.
Super dumb.
I've seen it happen. It is possible.
It's crazy.
You guys are idiots. But then to have that as part of my story, going into that scene where Juan teaches Little how to swim, I have that baggage, and then I'm imagining the baggage that Antoine has, where he's got stereotypes all his life living as a black man, that he's been told he can't swim, or people ask, hey, you're a black man, can you swim? I can't even fucking imagine that. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. But that scene there is it's a beautiful scene. It's shot beautifully, and those two guys, they just play it so simply, and it's just such a nice expression of love.
Yeah.
And then that middle scene where he fucking batters him with a chair,
Mm-hmm.
that's tasty. But I think my very favorite scene is probably when they go to what's his face's apartment at the end. Maybe the diner. No. The diner coupled with his apartment, I think, is my favorite scene.
Cool.
What the heck is that guy's name? Is it David?
Maybe it's Philip.
Maybe it's Royce.
Maybe it's Sebastian.
Oh, or how about Bartholomew?
Or Kookaburra.
We should just look it up. Fuck. Hold on.
You know, I do have to tell you right now,
Do it. Go.
I don't know that I feel comfortable doing a buttery Toastface jam with this movie.
Oh, okay. Tell me why.
It feels like I'm...
Making fun of something serious?
Yeah. Because that movie was hardcore, and I don't know if I want to make fun of it.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Know what I'm saying?
I do.
All our movies up to this point have been pretty fluffy.
Yeah, this is our first heavy.
Yeah. I expect more because you like those things.
Well, I guess depending on, like, Big Blue, I don't think, and The Men Who Stare at Goats.
Yeah, but they're not heavy.
They're not heavy. They're dramas.
They're not dumb, fraternity comedy things.
Right.
But they're not heavy like Moonlight.
Right.
Or Saving Private Ryan. I think at this point, so many years after Saving Private Ryan, I could do a buttery Toastface jam for that.
For Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah. I think I could.
So does that mean, like, if we waited a couple of years, then you might be able to do one for
Maybe.
Moonlight?
Maybe.
It's still going to be as heavy a couple of years from now, I bet you.
Yeah. And Saving Private Ryan is too. I mean, it's been a really, really long time since that movie.
Yeah, I get it. Like, in my head, I'm thinking, wouldn't it be great if we just gave it a shot, just tried it? I mean, we're not really making fun of the movies. We're just improvising. But our improvisations ultimately result in comedy.
They're ludicrous. I don't know if it's comedy, but they're ridiculous.
Yeah, because we're not doing the art that was on screen.
No.
We're just fucking around.
Yeah, I don't know that yeah.
And we don't really want to fuck around with Moonlight. All right, so here's Topher doing a one-man improvisation of Moonlight. No,
Don't do that.
I will improvise dramatically without making fun of the subject matter. Well, I'm not comfortable doing that.
Yeah. I do want to point out something that did make me giggle.
Yes.
with all the love in my heart
Oh boy,
that you
you're about to make fun of me.
did not know that the cover art was the 3 different
I didn't.
actors.
I didn't know that.
Kind of morphed into one.
It's 3 different shots of the 3 different actors who played the single character.
Yeah.
And I did not realize up until we saw the menu for the DVD that we watched,
Yeah.
where that image is
There's
thrown
in
up
motion.
on our large screen TV. And then at that point I was like, wait a minute, the mustache only goes one area. Fuck, why doesn't the mustache go all the way across?
Bad shaving day.
And that was the moment that I realized, oh, right. I probably should have seen this a different way before.
I bet though part of it is the coloring is very muted, and it's in some colorways that you don't see terribly well.
Yeah, I
So I think
have.
that helps people who can see the colors know that it's 3 different pictures.
Sure.
But if they kind of are blending together, I keep hitting my microphone today. I'm so sorry.
It's
Then
been
it'd
bad.
be-
Fucking microphone.
You're bad.
Yeah, I have a red and green deficiency, and so sometimes colors are difficult for me to see.
Yeah. So, but it was cute.
Which is kind of cool. This movie, Moonlight, is based on a play called Black Boys Are Blue in the Moonlight.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that they were trying to make all those black boys bluish with their color
With their
scheme.
lighting. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they're not like blue, but yes, there's a cast.
Yeah. God, I fucking love this movie. I really, really do. It's just so
Good.
good.
I'm so glad.
And then it was, I mean, it was nice also that it was it won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and that it's the first movie that's the all black cast to have done that. And Mahershala Ali is the first.
You just like saying his name.
I do. It's a really fun name to say, Mahershala Ali. You know, it's just fun. It just rolls off the tongue. It's fun. But he's the first Muslim American man to win Best Supporting Actor. It's just nice. It's nice to feel like we're not being dumb.
Not completely.
Not all the time. So I guess we're done then. Yeah.
With Moonlight, sure.
All right. So what's next, Monica?
Oh, let's see. Next on my list is my number 44,
Number 44.
which is Lost Boys. They don't come in the moonlight, Lost Boys. They like dancing by the fireside. I don't know the words to this song. I only know the Lost Boys.
I wish you guys could see her dancing right now. She's so excited about this movie. She's loved this movie forever, too.
It's so good. It's so 80s and so good.
It is. The Frog Brothers had their own spin-off from this movie.
I don't know who that is.
That's the 2 Coreys.
The Hames and the Feldmans?
Yeah. The Hames and the Feldmans. All right, so...
Why are they the Frog Brothers?
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Corey Feldman's name was Frog. Maybe?
I think.
We'll find out when we watch
Something.
The Lost Boys.
Oh, you mean like in the movie? Their
Yes.
last name is Frog?
Well, they're not brothers because Corey Haim is brothers to
Yeah.
Jason, whatever his face is. Patrick.
Jason Patrick.
Jason Patrick.
So dreamy.
Oh, dear. So we're going to go off and watch Lost Boys. You go off and watch Lost Boys, and we will see you back here next time.
Woo!
The end.
Toastface
We're gonna toast some face.
Toastface
We're gonna pod some cast.
Toastface
We're gonna toast some face.